Hello children, welcome to all. This is our ninth session, and in this session we are going to develop various applications by using switch statement. In fact, about switch statement we learned in our session 5. In that we learned what is switch statement, what is its representation, what is its execution criteria. All these things we learned in our session 5. Now let me see a quick review of switch execution criteria. So let me show the syntax. Yeah, this is the syntax. When you observe the syntax of switch, the execution criteria of switch is like this. Every switch statement can be developed by using 4 keywords. The 4 keywords are: one is a switch, second one is a case, third one is a break, and last one is a default. By using these 4 keywords we can develop the switch statement. It is a part of selection statement only. The execution criteria is: very first compiler comes and it checks the expressional value along with the keyword switch. Now this expressional value will compare with each and every constant, but the comparison is only equality. There is no greater than, there is no lesser than signs to be used. Now this expressional value will be compared with this case constant 1. Suppose the expressional value I given as 2. Now here 2, here 1. Are they matching? No, they are not matching. Once they are not matching, then its associative block do not execute. Then compiler moves to compare this expressional value with the next constant. So what is the next constant? This expressional value is a 2 and this constant value is a 2. Yes, they both are matching. Once they both are matching, then its associative block, this block will execute. But you can observe the case 1 is ending with the break, case 2 also ending with the break, even case n also ending with the break. Once its associative block execution completes, then compiler checks the keyword called break. The purpose of break is a jumping statement which stops the execution of a block. This entire block, the remaining portion, will not execute. Then the compilation approach will come out from this block. This is the execution criteria. Suppose the expressional value is 12, but here if I have only 5 cases are there. Each case constant is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the expressional value is 12. During that time, there is no case constant matches with this expressional value. At that time, the compiler executes the default block of statements. When no case constant matches with the expressional value, during that time, the default block will execute. Right, so we got what is the execution procedure of switch statement. Let me get into the quick look about applications. Yeah, you can see the list of applications. This is the list. Now in this, the first program you can see: using the switch statement, write a menu driven program to calculate the maturity amount of a bank deposit. Okay, the user is given the following options. What are the options? Means we need to choose any one of these two options, 1 or 2. Now if you choose 1, amount using compound interest, so we need to calculate the final amount, that is maturity amount, by using compound interest formula. That amount formula is A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 all to the power of n, where P is the principal value and R is the rate of interest and n is a time in years. Whereas the recurring deposit final amount, recurring deposit means amount to be paid every monthly wise. Then the recurring deposit amount to be calculated by using the formula P into n plus 1 into R whole divided by 2400. Now this formula we use to find out maturity amount by using recurring deposit. Now we need to choose any one of these two options and we need to get the corresponding amount. If we choose other than 1 and 2, then the default block will execute. Right, now let me open the IDE. Yeah, this is the IDE, BlueJ. Now in this already the program was copied. Yeah, you can see here. So in this first option is we need to calculate amount by using compound interest formula. We need to calculate amount by using recurring deposit formula in option 2. Right, so to choose that option we are using scanner class. During execution time we will choose that particular option. But before to start this program, observe this carefully. Now we need to choose any one of two options, 1 or 2. That one we will store in a variable x. But right side formula, you observe it, only right side. In that we are noticing 3 variables. The 3 variables are P, R, N. Even here also P, N, R. 3 variables we are noticing. But in case 1, N is number of years, but here N is number of months, because monthly we need to deposit some particular amount. That is called recurring deposit amount. So here n must be taken in months, whereas in first case we need to take n is in years. So we will input in number of years only. Before starting our switch itself, we will input the n value, and during the calculation time we will convert into months. Right, now we need to input three values: p value, r value, n value. Three values will input before our switch work. Then after inputting, and we will choose the choice. That choice we will store in a variable x. Then inside our switch, in case 1, we will calculate the first operation, and that answer we will store in a variable a, and we will end up with the break keyword. In case 2, we will calculate recurring deposit, and that answer will be stored in a, and we will end up with the break. When no two cases are chosen, during that time we will give default block. Then outside of the switch statement, we will display the result. Right, so this is the procedure we will apply. Right, get into the program. Now we need to create scanner class object, that is SC. We give an object name, and the scanner class is the built-in class of util package, so that we are importing that particular package. Now we need to input three values: principal, rate, and time. So that I am inputting system.out.println. So enter principal value. Principal value we need to input. Principal amount we need to input, and that amount we will store in a variable p. P is equal to, object name is se dot next int. I must be capital letter. Next int, this is the function, and that function is in scanner class, so that we are calling that particular function with the scanner class object. Now next we need to input rate of interest, so that I am typing enter rate of interest. Rate of interest we need to input, and that rate of interest also we are declaring with int variable only. R is equal to, it is in percentage, 5%, 10%, like that, and se dot next int. So next int function we need to use. Then afterwards we need to input time also, so enter time in years. We will declare years. So we will declare in years, because in compound interest time is declared with years, and declare with the store it in a variable n is equal to sc dot same function we are using, that is next int we need to use. So after storing this, now we need to choose the choice. So we will choose the choice any one of two. So enter choice. Choice we need to store, and that value is stored in a variable called x. So we'll store in a variable x. Int space x is equal to same object se dot next int. So we need to give next int. So after storing in that, now we need to start switch block. So switch is the keyword, so that all the characters must be in lowercase, and give the expressional variable, that is x. Now declare case. So case space 1, this is the case constant 1. Now in this, before to start the work, I already told answer should store in one variable. I am taking a variable in double data type, because the first operation you can see we having 1 plus r by 100 whole to the power of n. So that means we need to use POW function. POW function is in math class. In math class, any built-in function return type must be double, so that the returning variable is a and its initial value is 0.0, because we declared in double data type. Now in case constant, we need to calculate amount is equal to, on top you can see p into 1 plus r by 100, so that I am giving p into math dot POW function we need to use, and in that 1 plus r by 100, this is the base, and separated with comma, and degree is n. By this, the amount in compound interest it will calculate, and end with the break. Then go to the case 2, case space 2. Now in this we need to calculate recurring deposit. That is answer also it will store in a variable. So a is equal to, formula is p into n plus 1 into r by 100. Same thing I am writing, p into n plus 1 into r by 2400. This is what we need to give. But we declared n in years, but in the recurring deposit n must be in months, so that you need to, before of calculation you should convert into the months. Months conversion is like this: n is equal to n into 12. Suppose if you give 2 at beginning, the 2 is number of years, but when compiler checks this operation, 2 into 12, it becomes 24. So in the memory it will convert into 24, then in the formula it substitutes 24, right? Then end with break. So we need to give break keyword, then we need to give default block. I am defining. In default block we will send a just message that is a wrong choice. Okay, then after this close it. Switch block is over. Then outside of this we'll display the output is result is equal to, and result is stored in a variable a, so that I give a, and close the main function and close the class, so that the program is completed. Now you can observe once again, we need to input principal value, that is initial value, how much we are collecting, we are depositing, and the next rate of interest also, that is 5% or 8%, whatever it may be, and the time also, in number of years we are going to give, and choice anything, any one of these two numbers we need to choose, 1 or 2. Now after inputting these two values, now choice it is asking, suppose I give 2, then that 2 value will store in the variable x. Now x place 2, it substitutes. Now here 2 is there, here 1 is there. They are not matching. Case constant and the expression value are not matching. During that time, its associative block will not execute. Then compiler moves to check this expressional value with the next case constant. Here 2 is there, here also 2 is there. Yes, they both are true. During that time, the first statement it executes. First statement is n into 12. Suppose I give n value is a 3. Then 3 into 12, it becomes 36. That 36 will store in n memory. And that 36 will substitute in this formula. Through this formula, this work will do by the compiler only. And that final value will be stored in the memory of a. Then afterwards, you can see the keyword break. I already told break is a jumping keyword. Once it checks the remaining statements do not execute, then compilation approach will come out from this curly bracket. That means it will come out from this block. Then we will get result is equal to whatever the value is stored in a memory, that value will be shown on the screen. Let me compile. Yeah. Oh, no syntax error. You can see it down. No syntax error. Then close it. Then right click. Then main function. Yeah, we need to input principal. Suppose I am giving 10,000, okay, and rate of interest, suppose 5 I give, and the number of years, suppose I given 2 years. Now choice also 2 I took. 2 if I give, then result you can see result is 12,500. That means 2,500 is the interest what given by the bank, right? So this is the procedure. I think there is no doubt about this. Okay, now after this we will go back and we will see the one more program. Yeah, you can see second application. An electronic shop has announced the seasonal discounts on the purchase of certain items. Prepare a menu-driven program with the reference of the following table. That is 0 to 25,000 when any lappy or desktop when we purchase, then its corresponding discounts are mentioned. If I choose laptop that is below of 25,000, then they will provide 2.5 discount. If it is in between 25,001 rupee to 57,000, the charges of discounts are like this. If it is more than 57,000, if it is a laptop, 7.5% discount the shop is going to provide. Otherwise they will provide a 10% discount if we choose a desktop. Now clearly they given input L, small l or capital L to calculate a discount on laptop, and small d or capital D to calculate the discount on desktop. Compute and print the net amount to be paid by the customer along with his name, purchase amount. Oh, we need to input name of the customer first thing, and the purchasing amount, whatever the MRP for this laptop or this desktop. So that MRP we need to input, and choice also we need to give, but choice is here is L or D, they are characters, so that we need to choose character choice. Okay, so we will do, and after choosing, then we need to calculate its a corresponding discount, and that discount we need to subtract from MRP. When we subtract, that is only called net amount, right? Same thing, it is already copied, I think so. So lappy, yeah, you can see, yeah, same program. So same thing. So we need to choose any one of these two choices, L or capital L, D or capital D, and we need to input whatever the MRP of that particular thing, and along with that name also we need to input. After inputting, the discount calculation takes place inside of the switch block, and after calculating discount, then we need to calculate net amount. Net amount is nothing but purchase amount minus discount. Yeah, already class is created, but class name is a lappy. We give lappy, so we will change the class name is lappy. L-A-P-P-E we given. Yeah, we give same. Now we need to input first. We need to input name of customer, so that I am giving yeah, before to start the program, once again check it. We need to input two things. One is customer name, second one is a purchase amount, that is MRP. After that, choose your choice. Choose your choice means is that L stands for laptop, D stands for desktop. Other than these two characters, any other character when we input, then we need to get a default output. Now when we get into the switch block, suppose if you choose L, then amount you given 50,000, then it moves to the second part. Second part is, that is 25,001 to 57,000, 5% discount. So for 50,000, 5% discount will be calculated. It becomes 2,500. 50,000 in that 5% is 2,500. So 2,500 we need to subtract from purchase amount. So it becomes 47,500. That one we need to show on this console. Right, so we will choose choice first, and later we'll input customer name and the purchase amount. Okay, now we need to input, yeah, enter choice. Customer has to choose the choice, and that choice we will store in character variable, because you can see on top character only we need to give. So character we need to give. So char space something variable I am taking x is equal to, we already aware character data how to input. Character data can input by using sc.next dot char at. Char at is the built-in function of character class, and we are giving one index number also, that is 0. That means whatever the one character we give during output time, that character will collect by next function, and that stores in 0th location, and that character will pick by this function, and it transfers into x variable. Okay, so after inputting character data, then we need to input name of the customer. So system.out.println, now we need to input enter name of customer. So customer name we need to input, and that customer name we need to store in string variable. String space name is equal to sc.next. Even you can use a line also, because next line function will give more flexibility to include spaces. Then afterwards we need to input enter purchase amount. So enter purchase amount, and that purchase amount we will store in integer variable int space, say it is a PA stands for purchase amount, is equal to sc dot next int function. We need to use next int function because we are declared in integer data type. After that, start with the switch. I already told switch all characters must be in lowercase because it is a keyboard. No semicolon at end, open the curly bracket. Now before to start this work, I already told we need to declare one receiving variable. Now I am declaring receiving variable in double data type, double space, I am giving res is the variable and its initial value is 0.0 and with semicolon. Okay, now next part is semicolon. Now in this we need to calculate res is equal to, now before of res you can see the table, it having plenty of calculations. I mean case, we need to take a case space. First case is lappy, so lappy options are L, small l or capital L, so that you need to use single quotation small l. Okay, now you need to apply fall through, that is a case space. Now you need to give capital L. So any one of these two when we choose, then it's a corresponding calculation. Corresponding calculation means again various calculations are there. You can observe the table. Table is what? When it is 0 to 25,000, one particular calculation is there. 25,001 to 57,000, one particular calculation. If it is greater than 27,000, some more percentage is there. So that we need to apply else if ladder inside of it. So I am applying else if ladder. Now in this else if ladder is if, yeah, amount is a PA, purchased amount is a greater than or equal to 0, and because initial value is 0 rupees, and purchased amount is less than or equal to 25,000. If it is true, then RES is equal to, that is discount is equal to 2.5%. So 2.5 into, that is on PA, I mean purchase amount, by 100. This is the formula we need to apply. Now else space if the amount is more than 25,000, that is 25,100. So purchase amount is greater than or equal to 25,001 and purchase amount is less than or equal to 57,000. If it is in between that, then rate of interest is 5. We already noticed. So RES is equal to, so 5 into PA by 100. That's the formula we need to apply. Else means the last part. If it is more than that, then RES is equal to, formula is 7.5 is the highest percentage into purchase amount by 100. This is the formula we need to apply. This is for what? This is for laptop. So laptop below 25,000, it is 2.5. In between 25,000 to 57,000, 5%. If it is more than 57,000, that is else part. The else part during that time 7.5% will be the rate of interest, I mean discount part. Now same thing I am copying. Yeah, same thing. Why? Because for desktop also same thing. Yeah, you can see this is the part we are taking. Now this part, when you copy, same thing, and end with the break. Every case must be end with the break. Now go to the case, that is lowercase d we need to give, or case and uppercase d we need to give, that is for desktop. If any one of these two characters when we give, then the calculation is like this. If it is in between 0 to 25,000, they are charging 5% is the rate of interest. So give 5. If it is in between 25,001 to 57,000, they are giving 7.5%. So 7.5. If it is more than, else means more than 57,000, the rate of discount is 10%. That's why we give 10 and end with semicolon, and every case is end with the break keyword. Okay. Now give default we need to give. In default we will display, yeah, system dot out dot println. Now in this we will type, what we will type is a wrong choice. So we will type it as a wrong choice. So I'll type, yeah, wrong choice. So customer, if we give other than D or L, we'll get this output. Then close it. Then outside we need to display output like this. Output is name of customer we need to display. So name of customer, and that name of customer is stored in the variable name, so that we give name, and we will display purchase amount also. So purchase amount, it is stored in a variable, that is a PA. Okay, and we will display the discount also. So discount, and the discount is stored in the variable RES. So give RES and close it. And finally net amount we need to display. So net amount, and that net amount, how to calculate? Mean net amount is nothing but MRP, that is in PA we stored, that is purchased amount, minus discount. Discount is stored in the variable RES. Then close the calculation and close the console function, that is println, and close the main function and close the class. By this all the values we displayed. Now you can observe, very first you choose, yeah, go back. Now you can see, very first it is asking us to choose the choice. Suppose I give D, lowercase d, then that D will store in the variable X. So X place D will substitute. And it is asking enter name of customer. I give some strange name, anything XYZ. Enter purchase amount. For example, I give 50,000. Then 50,000 will store in variable called PA. Now X place D is there. Now X place D. Now here D is there. but case constants are not matching. During that time, its associative block do not execute. Then where it moves to the next cases to check. Now here D is there, then its associative block, here fall through is going, that means it is moving the control to the next case, that means this part will execute. Now in this I give purchase amount is 50,000, so here 50,000 greater than 0, true, but here 50,000 less than 25,000, false, so this part will not execute. Then moves to check next else if. Now here PA plus 50,000 greater than 25,000, true, here also 50,000 less than 57,000, it is also true. During that time this operation takes place, so this operation is 7.5 into PA by 100, 50,000 we give, so 50,000 into 7.5 by 100, when we calculate it's a value we will get a 6750, I think, yeah, 6750 we will get. So that is a discount, and that discount will be subtracted from, I mean that discount will store in RES memory, and else block will not execute. Break purpose is to stop the execution of block, so we'll come out from the block, then this entire output will be displayed on the console. Right, now we'll see the compilation. Click on compile. Oh, it is asking error, yeah, it is not ending with semicolon, so give semicolon. Now again click on compile. You can see it down, there is no syntax error, so our program is successfully compiled. Now right click on the class, right click on the lappy class and execute main function. It is asking choice I gave D. When I give D, and it is asking enter customer name, oh, purchase amount. We'll see what is the exact problem. Some mistake was happen, we will check it. So what is that? We'll open the editor. So what is the editor? Yeah, you can see, but before to rectify the mistake, close the console by giving some strange character. Yeah, you can see the some runtime error, it has been occurred, so close it. Let me close this. We'll rectify the mistake in this. So the mistake is, yeah, we gave choice at beginning, that means it is taking in string form and later it is converting into character form. So this type of work should not supposed to give at beginning, so this should give at end after inputting name of customer and purchase amount. So we will give this statement, these two values, these two lines after inputting name of customer and purchase amount. Here we will give. Okay, now click on compile. No syntax error. Now see the output. Now right click again. Now execute main function. Now it is asking name of customer name. So customer name I am giving some strange name I give. So it is Rajesh, and amount I give 50,000. Okay, now it is asking choice. Choice is a D I give. When I give D, desktop calculation it will do. So D I give, then I got output. You can see name is Rajesh, 50,000 is the amount. So discount is 3750. That is the amount will be 7.5%. 3750 will reduced, and it will be subtracted from 50,000, so that we will get net amount is 46,250. So here one instruction. So whenever you are going to choose the choice in character form, and that data you should when two or more data when you want to input during execution time, then character data you try to input after inputting some more strength values, that is a string data and integer data. Right, so this is our next application. I can go back to the list of applications. So this is the list, but before to show the list, let me tell how the execution it has been happened. So we give customer name is Rajesh, that data is collected by next line function and it is stored in the variable name, and we give purchase amount 50,000, that 50,000 was collected by next line function and it is transferred into PA variable, and we choose in choice is a D, that D is collected by next function and it is converted into character form. I mean in index location 0 it will store, and character function it will collect from that index number 0, and that character it will be transferred into X memory. Now X place a D will substitute. Now D is not matching with these cases, so this block will not execute. Now here D is there, but here D is there, so it is matching with the second case, that is D, so this block will start to execute. Now 50,000 greater than 0, PA value be given as 50,000, so it is a false. Why? Because 50,000 less than 25,000 is false, and operated states both must be true, but here second condition is false, so that this part will not execute. Now second part you see 50,000 greater than 25,001, true, 50,000 less than 57,000, true. So if it is true, then this part will execute 7.5 into 50,000 by 100, then it becomes 3750. That 3750 has been stored in res variable. Then else block will not execute. Why? Because one particular block was executed. Afterwards the break part will execute. When compiler executes break, then the remaining portion do not. Then all the other statements outside that portion was executed. Suppose the choice, if you give the choice is wrong, some strange data k, m, o, p, something if you give, then case constants do not matches, then it will display wrong choice. This is the criteria. So with this, uh, I, I think I'm sure that you got confident how to develop the programs by using switch. And I am giving some assignment for you guys. You can see some assignment. So these two programs I am giving as homework. Now you should develop these two, but I am giving some idea how to develop these two. One is a prepare a minute driven program to convert temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius, and vice versa. Vice versa means a Celsius to Fahrenheit also by choosing correct choice. So if you choose option 1, then we need to input f value Fahrenheit, and we need to calculate Celsius, that is C is equal to f into f 5 into f minus 32 by 9. This is the formula you should apply in case 1, and there only you display Celsius C. In case 2, input C and calculate f, and there only you display. Outside of switch, nothing to display. Why? Because each case having one particular output. That is the reason, right? Then coming to the second program, using switch statement, write a minute driven program to calculate the following task. Input a or a, that is in character form, to check whether the value is buzz number or not. How to check whether the number is the buzz number or not? Buzz number is, suppose you stored in a variable is a num. Num is equal to some value you given. For example, you give something number is say it is 24 something, anything number you give in a variable num, 24 you give, and the calculation for num is when can we say that is a buzz number? Means it must satisfy two conditions. The two conditions is num must be divisible by 7. When you divide with the 7, then the result must be equal to 0, and when you divide with the 10, the result must be equal to 7. So when these two conditions are true, then below you display it is a buzz number, otherwise it is not buzz number. When you divide with the 7, it should give result as 0. When you divide with the 10, it should result its remainder is 7. Got it? So this is the thing. You can see the example. For example, I give 77. When I give 77, you see here 77 by 10. When I divide 77 by 10, 100% it will be divisible with 7. Why? Because 77 by 7 we will get 7 11s are 77, so remainder will come 0 only. So first condition is a true. Second condition, 77 when you divide with the 10, 7 tens are 70, remainder will come 7, so remainder is coming 7, so that 77 becomes buzz number. So which and all divisible with the 7, that means it leaves remainder 0, and when we divide with the 10, if it results 7 as remainder, then that number is called buzz number. This is case 1. And case B, during case B, check whether it is even or odd. Even or odd purpose is input a number, and calculation for even or odd, it is a fundamental calculation. Num mod 2 is equal to 0. That means when you divide with the 2, if remainder comes 0, then we say it is even number, otherwise else it is not even. Like that you display in case B, and in default you mention it as wrong choice. That's it. So this is the work you need to do in this second case. So these two are the applications you need to develop, so develop properly, right? So with this we'll end up this session, but before to end up the session, you just cross check session 8 and session 9, this session. So in session 8 we learned applications, how to develop the applications by using else if ladder, and in this session we learned how to develop applications by using switch. But the biggest question mark is, what is the difference between if and switch, if else and switch? In various public exams they ask this question for 2 marks. What is the difference between else if and switch? Now what are the differences means? You can see on the screen the major differences are 4. In else if we use only 2 keywords. The 2 keywords are else and if. Whereas in switch we use 4 keywords. The 4 keywords are switch, case, break and default. And you can see, yeah, These are the differences, else and switch. So the keywords are only two, if and else, whereas in switch we use four keywords. How many expressions we can give? We can give multiple expressions. You can see here only you can see. Yeah, in this case, here you observe how many conditions I gave. Two conditions at a time I given, multiple conditions at a time you can give. Whereas in switch, only one expression we can give, that is comparison. So only one expression we can apply, one expression for all cases. And testing also, we can use relational operators greater than, less than, and operator, or operator, not operator. That means they are called logical operators. Relational operators are greater than, less than, equality sign, not equal to sign. All these things we can use. That means relational and logical, both two we can use. Whereas in switch, I already told, only equality work it takes place. And evaluation also, evaluation means what type of variables we can give in if statement. We can give any type of data type. It may be primitive, it may be character. All type of data type items we can give. It may be integer, character, float, double, boolean, string, byte, any data we can give. Whereas in switch, one type of data is not allowed. The data is a floated data, decimal data is not allowed to give in switch expression. You can see the two applications. In first case, the switch variable x we declared in int. Second case, second program, we declared x variable in character. But don't declare in float or in any decimal data type, because switch do not support decimal data, that is floated data. And last one is what is the default block. I already told, in else if the default block is last portion, that is else block. When condition, all the conditions are false, it executes else block. Whereas in switch, which is the default block, means that is default only when no case matches, then it executes default block. Default. Okay, so default block it executes. These are the differences between else if and switch. So students, you be thorough with this differences also. So with this, we'll end up the session. Thank you. Thank you.